Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another magical moment in the Heimcraft cinematic universe. And well, today I'm going to be breaking down the external build process for building Diagonal and for building this beautiful Pale Oak Manor, which is home to the artist of the Pale Oak Village. I think this build's really beautiful, and it's my first time ever building with shelves, building with copper lanterns, and building Diagonal. Well, first things first, we've got to get a foundation laid out. I did a 7x7 square. I lined the corners with pale oak logs, and then we filled it with some moss and then a kind of lighter to gray gradient effect with diorite, cobblestone, polished diorite. And I kind of wanted it to get paler and whiter as we moved up, so we use more diorite and polished diorite as we go higher up the walls. And I think that it looks really good with the mixed with the cobblestone, and having it bordered off with the greens of the pale moss gives it a nice little contrast from the wood, the grayish wood in the corners. I'm really a fan of the pale oak palette, and I'm really glad that they added it into Minecraft. And right here we're going to be making a windowsill, so we're going to be extending out 2 blocks from the corners and then lining it with another array of logs here. And this is what we're going to put some stairs on, so we can have some potted decor for more color and contrast against the kind of muted tones of the grays. Then we're going to line and do some corner detailing with some polished diorite and diorite. This is going to just make it pop and look more 3-dimensional. Now this is going to be the actual building diagonal part of the build, so I'm going out of my shell here, building it up 7 high, going around at each little diagonal here with the pale moss. And I'm actually going to try and make a beautiful diagonal window as well. I'm going to challenge myself here, so let's make the foundations real quick. And we'll see if we can shape it and make it look a little more interesting. But I think this will be a nice little lookout spot for the inside of our build as we traverse through the hallway. I actually extended it out 1 block to the left just so it was centered on the diagonal hallway that we have here. Lined the bottom with some fence posts. And now I'm going to try and make it more protruding and 3-dimensional. Have it be a little taller in the back, but we'll kind of corner off and make a ridge line around the top, and then we'll build up to it just as we did the other side. You gotta make sure that it's all symmetrical and add some more protrusions there, and I think that's good shape. And I'm gonna move the corner of this foundation out so it's 7x7. Nice, we've got really good foundation laid here so far. Okay, so now we're gonna do a diagonal roof. So we're gonna just work our way towards the center. So we'll start on the edge, 1 half slab to the top, and we're gonna do some deep slate tile for contrast against all of the grays and whites. Have some little darker blocks. Deep slate tile looks really good too. I'm a fan of this block. Deep slate in general. We're gonna just keep on building up until we get to the center. I find that working your way from the outsides and then building up to a center point helps, so you don't ever have anything look too weird. And boom, we've got it all built up here, and we just need to fill in our center area. So I'm gonna do contrasting color with pale oak slabs, just for, you know, some differentiation between the deep slate tiles. Have it will pop here in the center. All building up just 1 half slab by a half slab, making a really good terraced effect for the roof. And this is kind of what it looks like from the ground. It looks really nice, this diagonal. It's gonna give it a lot of shaping instead of it just being flat. Okay, now we're gonna build up and try and get to the roof of our first center area of our build over here. Gonna build up 7 again and build all the way across. And this is actually what we're gonna line our windowsill with. We're gonna take some upside down stairs just for a little bit of pop in 3D. And we're gonna line each framework. Now I lined the inside with pale moss in a square. We're gonna make some windows. This is gonna be our artist quarter where he can look out over the town and get some inspiration. Time to prevent any natural disaster before it occurs. I'm gonna be filling in this corner here with some placement blocks just so we don't get any mobs spawning in, affecting us not be able to sleep, all that good stuff. So we're gonna be doing some roof work now. And basically upside down stair, and then a slab, and then a stair, upside down stair, block, stair, upside down stair, 2 blocks, and then a stair all meeting at a center point, which is an upside down stair, 3 blocks, and then another stair on top. I really like this roof design. I'm gonna show you guys and break it down again later if you didn't catch all that. But let me know, what's your favorite kind of roof design? I'm looking for new architectural ways to build, and I found this block pattern and I'm a huge fan. And it gives just so much predominance to the roof as it grows and gets taller as it meets in the center. I'm a huge fan. Going to be building up and putting frog lamps at each of the center posts for the roof so it'll be lit up. We're going to fill around the corners with pale moss, so that way it still stands out from the white of the roof. And now that we've got that all laid out, we can actually work on building in our tiles so we are out in the rain in the middle of the night. So we're gonna just work our way towards the centers from our framework, building and matching each block with a deep slate tiled contrasting version for the interior of the roof. And then as we meet in the corners, we're gonna have it be 1 half slab taller. Just like I did with the diagonal roofing, I really like to go and work my way around from the framework, so that way I can find any weird spots that I messed up and just make sure that everything's in line and looking really good. And it's really easy to just follow the framework, and then once we get to a center point, it'll make more sense of like how we should build. So there we go, we've got it all built up. We just need to get this corner. We're gonna elevate that corner here in a second. Alright, let's elevate these corners up a half slab, and now that we've met at the center point, because we've built up our other corners, we will figure out how to piece this together. So just gonna be building across with more deep slate tile until we get to the roof ridge here, the top ridge. And now we're gonna do stairs that go back and forth until it meets with the center point. Then we'll try and make a center point needle here. But yeah, that roof is really coming together. I like the deep slate tile contrast against the white, and it's matching the palette of our diagonal roof. Now that we've met it all up with every single side here, built up 3 planks and then 3 fence posts. But as me and my friend Eden were looking out over the build, definitely looks a little underdeveloped, so we're gonna try and add a little bit more detail to the needle. And what I came up with was using the brand new shelves. What a beautiful block. Oh yeah, baby, I am so glad that shelves are added into Minecraft. Look at that. Look at the detailing and the pop and the ridges that it's giving to the needle. It works up gradually to a thinner point. It looks very nice. Awesome, the foundations are laid out. We're busting shelves out even more. We got shelves lining the walls into cornering with the stairs, and then trapdoors lining the roof. We've got framework laid out again with the logs protruding. It's gonna help us have more interior space in the second floors of our builds. We're gonna do more corner work with the stairs. We're gonna line it with some fence posts as well. This is just gonna give it more pop and contrast against the gray woods. And now we're gonna build up the foundation for our second floor here. going around at each corner, and it gives us a lot more interior space since we built out the ridge lines at the bottom. Doing some nice little design work by stripping the logs. Gonna line the insides with some windows as well, so we can have, you know, outlooks over the back door of our house, make sure no one's stalking us. And then for the other walls, I'm gonna just do a pale oak border and line it with the white stained glass and the panes on the exterior, just for some more three-dimensionality to the windows. I think it looks really good. You could just have it be flat with panes or glass tiles if you want though. But now we're gonna build another roofing section, but this is actually gonna be just for decoration. So upside down stair, we did upside down stairs going along the border there of the diagonals, then a slab, a stair, upside down stair, one plank, stair, upside down stair, and here we go. We're gonna build up the corners all the way to the top of the roof work. We're going 12 high total, and then we're gonna be building 7 across as per usual, going back up to 12 high, all meeting at the corner, getting the foundations laid out for our top floors of the house. Then we're gonna have a midsection meeting underneath the middle stair there, and then we're gonna have a log running up the center. We're gonna fill in each little rectangle with pale moss so it sticks out and contrasts against the white border of the roofing decor that we have going on, which is just for detailing. I tried stripped logs at first, but white on white was too much. But yeah, there we go. We lined the middle of the cross section with the frog lamps. It looks really good so far. Now we're gonna work on our final roof, which is gonna be a real roof, not decor. Got upside down stair, a slab, a stair, upside down stair, plank, stair, upside down stair again. And this time we're gonna be doing 2 planks. So 1, 2, and then a stair. Then we do a middle stair, and then we're gonna go up 3 high, and then a stair on top. Then we do the opposite at each corner. And boom, we've got the foundation laid out for our final roof. Man, this build's really coming together now. And having the diagonal hallway just gives it so much three-dimensionality. I'm gonna definitely try and build diagonal more often. Got all of our moss filled in, and now we can work from the corners and the framework of our white pale oak roof section. Just going across with stairs until we meet in the middle, then we'll have it be a little bit higher with the slab, and then we'll just keep on following the framework until we meet up with the center points. Man, this is quite the beautiful build. Let me know, guys, what kind of pallets do you want to see me do? Is there any sorts of farms I should try and make? I was thinking of making a copper farm, but mining copper, you just get so much. I don't know if a copper farm would be worth it, but you know, I guess it is still like an AFK thing where I wouldn't even have to be searching in the mines for it. Do you guys like the multiplayer content, or do you like the build content more? Let me know what you guys want to see out of Hyme. And you've made it this far in the build process, are you going to steal any of these ideas for your own? And like and subscribe to see the progression of the Pale Oak town, because there's a lot more builds in store, some major builds in store too that are bigger than these residential houses that we're doing. So I'm pretty excited to show off all of those and keep on progressing this area of Hyme. And yeah, we've got met up in the center area, which is really great. Now we can build up and do our stair ridgeline as we did on the other shorter tower. We'll do the contrasting stairs going back and forth for more 3D pop and ridge lines for the roof. And now we're going to line the center needle with the planks and the shelves as we did on the first needle. Nice, this is looking really good. Let me know, how have you guys been using the new shelves, half slabs in Minecraft so far? Build up 3 high with the fence posts, and Boom, guys. Now we just got to do a little bit to make more pop on the outside. And how we're going to do that is by putting potted plants and lanterns, copper lanterns. They're going to oxidize. The greens are going to go well with the mosses over time. The plants, the blues and the reds of the flowers pop against the pale muted tones of the Pale Oak palette. That's going to complete our external build process for the Pale Oak Manor, the artist's home, and I think it looks amazing, guys. Let me know, what do you guys think about this build? Thanks for staying tuned for another Heimcraft episode.